Hawks have swooped in after it emerged this week that there may have been malfeasance in the construction of a controversial sports field built by the Enoch Mgijima municipality near Komani, the former Queenstown in the Eastern Cape. That field suffered a myriad of derisions after pictures, I should say, launched. Well, let me start that again. That sports field is one that we've all seen in the last 3 days because of those pictures that have surfaced online. Questions began to be raised when it emerged that about 15 million rand, that was the price tag put on the stadium that was constructed recently. We saw just yesterday a visit by the Cooperative Governance MEC in the Eastern Cape, I beg your pardon, who then told people, the media who were gathered there, that heads are actually going to roll if any wrongdoing is found, especially on the part of public servants. Let's get the view then of the Hawks and speak to Brigadier Nomthandazo Mbambo, who is spokesperson for the Hawks in the Eastern Cape. Brigadier, very good afternoon to you. Grateful for your time on Newsfeed PM. Shall we begin with the scope of your investigations into this contract?
Thank you very much, Thembekile. Good afternoon to you and to your viewers, and thank you for having me. Yes, we can confirm at this stage that we have launched an investigation into this Lesserton sports facility that is in Komani. This after we received a complaint yesterday against the municipality following that tender that was awarded for building or renovating the stadium.
And are you looking now, investigating the conduct of officials in the municipality specifically?
At this stage, Thembekile, the investigation is still at its early stage. Remember, we only got the complaint yesterday. So we're going to be looking into every information and all the necessary evidence that we can gather regarding this issue. So we won't be leaving anything aside. But at this stage, we just need a little bit more time to make sure that we obtain the necessary statements as well as the documents that will assist us in the investigation.
As you'd be able to appreciate, there's been a lot of outrage as a result of what we've learned this week. At this stage, just to confirm, you're sitting with just one complaint.
We're sitting with one complaint at this stage, but maybe as and when we obtain statements, we might receive others. But at this stage, it's only one that we received yesterday.
I may have missed this, but who did you receive the complaint from?
We're not at liberty to mention that, Thembekile, at this stage. We just like to refer to the person as the whistleblower.
So at this stage, I would imagine it's also premature to speak about the nature of possible charges. Am I right?
Very much, yes, because we still need to look into the statements that will guide us into what charges should be brought forward.
I mentioned the MEC for Cooperative Governance, who also went to the sport field himself and said he was expecting some form of answers from the Enoch Mgijima municipality, the officials there. Is that an investigation that you as the Hawks will be watching as well, and possibly incorporating any sort of internal findings into your work?
I believe we work together with COGTA as well as municipality and all other stakeholders that will be able to assist with this investigation, so as to make sure that at the end of the day, we come to the conclusion of whatever that transpired into this alleged misconduct.
And just in terms, and I don't know if you're able to speak to this specifically, but when you look at the lay of the land in the Eastern Cape, we hear a lot of stories about alleged corruption linked to especially the delivery of basic public services. Is that something that you're dealing with a lot as far as your caseload in the Eastern Cape?
At this stage, there are a number of cases that we are dealing with, although I don't have them at hand right now with me, Thembekile, but there are a number of corruption cases that we're dealing with, not in the Eastern Cape only, but in the countrywide.
All right, Thandi Mbambo, spokesperson for the Hawks in the Eastern Cape. Good to speak to you. We're hopefully going to catch up with you once there's a bit more detail on the investigation and you're able to talk to us about possible charges and suspects and the rest. But for now, grateful for your time. Thank you, ma'am.